Today we're going to talk about narcissists. We're going to show you 5 words that they really don't, 5 words that make them feel insecure. Ready? Let's start our journey into the mind of a narcissist. This is a place where they always want to be told they're great, and they're scared of not mattering. They think they're the most important, and everything else is just there to make them look good. Narcissists are really good at tricking people, and they use words to do this. They words to boss people around, to control them and to make them feel small. But what if we use words that mess with the world they've made for themselves? Words that could show everyone how insecure they really are? This is where it gets interesting. Even narcissists have something that can hurt them. They're not unbeatable and their defenses aren't perfect. They're scared of not mattering. They hate the idea of being overlooked and they can't stand being ignored. They think they're more important than they really are. But this is just a show they put on to hide how scared and insecure they are. And guess what? There are words, just ordinary words, that can break through this show, words that are so normal you wouldn't think twice about saying them. But to the narcissist, these words are like bombs, ready to blow up their fake world of self-importance. But before we tell you what these words are, let's try to understand the narcissist a bit more. Their world is all about them. They always want to be told how great they are. They're scared of being criticized and they're terrified of not mattering. They're like a balloon filled with self-importance, floating high up in the air, away from reality, and scared of anything that could burst their balloon. So, what are these 5 words that narcissists really don't like? What are these words that could pop their balloon? Get ready to find out. First up, we have the seemingly harmless word, whatever. Now, this isn't just your typical throwaway comment in a conversation. No, to a narcissist, this simple word is a slap in the face, a verbal jab that undermines their sense of self-importance and control. So why does this innocuous word have such a profound impact on these individuals? Let's dive a little deeper. When you tell a narcissist whatever, what they hear is a barrage of insults. They perceive you as saying, "You're not important. You don't matter to me. What you're doing doesn't have any power over me." Or even worse, "You're stupid. You're an idiot." These are all things they fear to believe about themselves. And your nonchalant whatever brings these insecurities into harsh light. You see, narcissists live in a world where they are the center of the universe. They have an inflated sense of their own importance and a deep need for excessive attention and admiration. Their relationships are often one-sided, with them at the helm, controlling the narrative. So when you say whatever, it's like you're pulling the rug from under their feet. You're challenging their authority, their control, and their grandiose self-image. Now, it's not about being mean or hurtful. It's about understanding the power dynamics at play. Narcissists thrive on control and manipulation. When you dismiss their attempts at manipulation with a simple whatever, you're taking back your power. You're telling them that their tactics aren't working, that you're not falling for their games. And that, my friends, is why whatever is such a potent word in the world of a narcissist. It's a word that dares to challenge their authority, that dares to suggest they're not as important as they believe themselves to be. And that's a hard pill for a narcissist to swallow. In the narcissist's world, whatever is a dismissal of their authority, a blow to their inflated self-image. It's a small word with big implications, a word that can shift the power balance in your favor. So next time you find yourself dealing with a narcissist, remember the power of whatever. Next on our list, we have disagree. This tiny word, disagree, in the realm of a narcissist, is akin to declaring war. It's not merely a difference of opinion. To them, it's a direct challenge to their perceived supremacy. You see, in the world of a narcissist, they are the sun, the moon, and the stars. Their reality is the only reality, and their truth is the ultimate truth. When you dare to disagree, you are essentially challenging this distorted perception of self. You're suggesting that they might not be the ultimate authority on everything under the sun. You're hinting at the possibility that they could be wrong, and that, my friends, is a terrifying notion for a narcissist. Narcissists have an inflated sense of self-worth. They believe they are superior to everyone else, the smartest in the room, the wisest in the world. This grandiose sense of self is a shield, a defense mechanism that protects them from the harsh realities of their own shortcomings. When you disagree, you're piercing that shield. You're tearing down the carefully constructed facade of superiority and revealing the insecure, fragile ego underneath. Your disagreement is a threat to their grandiosity, their entitlement. You are essentially disagreeing with the notion that they are better than everyone else, that they know everything, that they are omnipotent. Even if you voice your disagreement politely, with respect and consideration, it is still perceived as an attack. It's a blow to their ego, a dent in their armor. And narcissists, they cannot stand this. They cannot tolerate the idea of not being right, of not being the best. So when you disagree, remember, it's not just a simple difference of opinion. To a narcissist, it's a challenge, a threat, an assault on their very identity. It's a brave stand against their distorted reality, a refusal to bow down to their false superiority. To a narcissist, your disagree is a direct assault on their perceived superiority. Moving on to the third goodbye. These seemingly innocuous words can strike fear into the heart of a narcissist, stirring up their deepest insecurities. Let's take a closer look. Goodbye, a simple farewell, but to a narcissist it's a threat of abandonment, a rejection that they find hard to stomach. Picture this. You're in the middle of an argument, the narcissist is rambling, ranting, trying their level best to belittle you, and then you say goodbye. You cut them off, you leave. You're essentially telling them, no, you don't matter, I won't listen, you're not that important. This is a huge blow to their inflated sense of self-importance. Suddenly they're left alone with their own inadequacies, and that is a terrifying prospect for them. Now let's talk about fourth word, later. To a narcissist, this word is an affront to their need for instant gratification. They're impulsive, they want what they want, and they want it now. They don't like pauses, they're impatient, extremely so. When you tell them later, you're essentially denying their demands, delaying their wants. This frustrates them, angers them. Their impatience isn't just a trait, it's a weapon they use to manipulate others into people-pleasing. They don't want to wait because waiting means they're not in control. And a narcissist always wants to be in control. Goodbye and later are not just simple words in the narcissist dictionary, they are symbols of rejection, triggers that expose their deeply rooted fears and insecurities. They're reminders of their own insignificance, their own impatience, their own inability to control everything and everyone around them. To a narcissist, these words are a denial of their immediate needs, a rejection of their grandiose self-image. And that, dear listeners, is something they passionately hate. So remember, when dealing with a narcissist, goodbye and later are not just words to a narcissist, but symbols of rejection and denial of their immediate needs. Finally, we come to the ultimate trigger word, no. This simple two-letter word carries a weight that can shake the very foundations of a narcissist's world. No represents a direct defiance of their authority, an outright rejection of their grandiosity. It's a word that disrupts the narrative they've carefully crafted about themselves and their place in the world. When you say no to a narcissist, you're not just refusing a request or denying them something they want. You're challenging the illusion of control they've built around themselves. You're asserting your own autonomy, your own desires, and your own boundaries, all of which are things a narcissist struggles to understand or respect. To a narcissist, other people aren't individuals with their own thoughts, feelings, and needs. They're extensions of the narcissist, tools to be used for their own gratification. They exist to fulfill the narcissist's needs, to stroke their ego, to make them feel powerful and important. When you say no, you're breaking free from this role. You're asserting your individuality, your independence. You're refusing to play the part they've assigned to you. No is a word that a narcissist hates because it represents everything they fear. It's a reminder that they don't have the absolute control they crave, that others can and will defy them. It's a challenge to their inflated sense of self, a threat to their carefully constructed facade. It's a declaration of independence, a statement of self-worth. No is a powerful word. It's a word that can change the dynamics of a relationship, that can shift the balance of power. It's a word that can liberate you from the narcissist's grasp, that can help you reclaim your autonomy. But remember, saying no to a narcissist is not without its risks. It's a word that can provoke anger, resentment, and retaliation. So when you say no, be prepared for the fallout. To a narcissist, no is more than a refusal. It's a declaration of independence, a challenge to their control. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, give thumbs up. For more videos like this, hit subscribe button.